How you feel?
Okay.
It's good to be here, you know. Haven't seen you for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Soul School. I'm sitting up here so excited. I had the opportunity to meet this young lady, I think it was perhaps about a year ago. We were at Yoshi's in Oakland, and ironically the Blackbyrds had just came back out to the Bay Area, and it's the first time in quite some time. And great show. And ironically, they did a Byrd tribute even back then, but now we're back for a bigger picture. They have a whole tour that's going on now, which is a tribute to the one and only Dr. Byrd. And I'm privileged to have the one and only, the daughter of Kevin Toney, a guy that I'm honored to say is my friend, the one and only Dominique Toney, keyboardist extraordinaire. She plays synth string, she sings, she's bad across the board. Hold your mic up, girl. What's going on?
Hi. You embarrassed me.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, great performance tonight, especially on Think Twice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm kind of tripping off of that because a lot of people are not really hip to Byrd stuff like that in reference to, they think about Flight Time and some of the other stuff, but Places and Spaces and Street Lady and a lot of that stuff to me is like some of my most favorite stuff.
Yeah, Think Twice is, I think, I think it's my favorite song.
Oh, it was made for you the way you sing it.
Oh man, that means so much to me because whatever it is, the melody, everything about that song just really speaks to me. So I'm really glad that it touched you as well.
Oh, you're cloned into it for sure.
Well, you know what? Yesterday, after our show yesterday, somebody came up to me and said, "You sound just like the record." And I was like, "Really?" And not that I'm trying to imitate it,
yeah.
But I'm happy that it was reminiscent for people. That made me smile.
And then also, you color music really, really well. I think that distinction clearly separates you as your own talent because, like I said, it is Byrd's tribute and it is Blackbyrd's material, but it seems like a little bit of your own personality kind of comes off into the music. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like if I'm not having fun and infusing myself into the performance, then it's just not going to be fun for anybody else to watch. You know what I mean?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Soul School with the one and only Dominique Toney, daughter of Kevin Toney of the Blackbyrds. And just number one, you fine. I got a daughter that's your age, so I'm not an old dude like that's trying to pick up enough, but you fine. I got to just put it out there like that. And the spirit of what you do with the beauty, it's funny because I didn't mean to embarrass you, but it colors the music really, really well in a musical approach sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Your dad kind of does the great stuff on the Baldwin Steinway type of deal, and then you come with the other arrangements that makes the performance quite complete.
Thank you. I really am honored to know that you actually are listening to those parts because I think that they're so subtle, and I'm afraid that sometimes they can get lost.
Intricate though, very intricate.
Oh, thank you.
No, on the real side, it takes. I don't know if other people out there really are watching, but the little subtle things like that to me is actually the difference in a good record or a great record or a good performance.
Absolutely.
And a great performance.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yep. How long have you been actually playing yourself? I mean, Kevin's your dad, so probably all your life, huh?
Well, my dad was my first piano teacher at the age of 6, and I started playing classical, Bach, Debussy, Chopin, and singing started a few years later, maybe 8 or 9, and then dancing pretty much all my life. I feel like I've been just schooled in all of that for a very long time now, and I went to school for it as well, New York University. So
really,
I did, yeah.
Wow, how was it? What was the vibe living in New York and studying music? What was that like with all the history, of course, that's come out of that place?
You know, I entered school studying musical theater, and so the focus was on Broadway and off Broadway and sort of that history. But it was amazing. I feel like, we always joke that our campus was New York City. Our quad was Washington Square Park with the drug dealers and the cops undercover and, the rats and the celebrities we would see.
It's all a part of it, though.
It is all a part of it. And I feel I grew up, I think I matured much faster living in New York than I think I would have anywhere else.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, New York is still the lead city in the United States. It's like New York has always been the #1 media market, Los Angeles second, Chicago third, us up here in the Bay Area fourth, and now, ironically, Dallas is starting to kind of become hot, kind of like that. You ever get a chance to like really get around to like those small places out there, those little intricate places, and check out shows like little gigs or whatever in New York?
Yet. In New York?
Yeah.
Yes, I have in New York. I have. Sorry, I thought you meant
no, New York.
Around the world. Yes, in New York I did. After college, I definitely explored the city more and was able to go to places like the Village Underground and just a whole 54 Below, just a lot of different places that
are all of them distinctly different, like Manhattan, Brooklyn?
Or yes.
Village?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You're talking to a rookie. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm getting an education.
You know, it's funny. Like for me, like Berkeley is like the Brooklyn of San Francisco, and San Francisco is Manhattan, and maybe Oakland is like the Queens of
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how I feel like each city, even in Los Angeles, different cities have characteristics that are similar to New York, at least in my opinion. So it's interesting.
How do you feel about, final question, about tributing Dr. Byrd? And like I said, you lived it with your dad first in-house and just being up there and actually doing it. You fit in so well for somebody to be as relatively young as what you are. It seems like it's like a natural, and I don't know, by you being Kevin's daughter and seeing him interact around the house, or how do you feel about this whole thing?
I think what you said is precisely what I was feeling, and a few things. I've always been fearful because I am so young in comparison to everyone else that maybe I would not be viewed as professional or what have you. But I think that for me, what it is that being able to be a part of my dad's legacy and to watch him and learn from him, and for me, that's what's been able to resonate for me. And I mean, I'll look back one day and say, I was on stage with my dad paying tribute to my dad's mentor. That's just like mind-blowing to me almost, that I could even be able to be a part of something like this.
You know what was crazy? And final thought before we let you go. I was looking at a video just the other day, and it was called From Montgomery to Memphis. It was a tribute to Martin Luther King, and ironically, I was looking on the credits and Donald Byrd's music is in it. And I had been looking for this documentary for almost 30 years. It came on PBS like way back in the day, and I had been trying to find it, and they released all this Martin Luther King stuff, and it's always the quote unquote same stuff, like how they reissue Michael Jackson stuff. You buy the, right. It's the same stuff, but this particular one, the Library of Congress just came out with, and I looked on the closing credits, and Donald Byrd's music was on it. It was just such a revelation. It's just so powerful, so powerful. Yeah.
I you know, to be perfectly honest, I don't even understand, I think, the depth of Donald Byrd's influence on music. So I'm still learning.
Keep living.
Still,
yeah. Tell me about this new album that you got coming out real quick.
Okay. I have an album coming out. It's called A Love Like Ours. Right now it's slated to debut in October. We don't have the exact date yet, but October. And you can buy it you'll be able to buy it on iTunes and Amazon.com, and my website, which is www.dominiquetoney.com. Tony like Toney.
Okay.
Not like Tony, which is the I, or no, Tony, long EY.
So, one last thing. Is this the last time we get to have you on, or next time y'all come up here, you'll stop by again?
Absolutely.
Okay, because by that time you should be doing your material.
Okay.
And then we get a music video too, right?
Yes, there's a music video already out for my first single.
Really?
Out right now. It's on YouTube. It's called Loving You So Easy. So, YouTube.
Thank you. Let's get to some more entertainment, and we'll be back in a few moments. It came out.